What's up, everybody? It's your boy Joshua Edwards, live from Brooklyn, New York. This is Panthers Pride Television. Look, we know that we are officially around the corner from the Super Bowl. Kansas City Chiefs versus the Philadelphia Eagles. And everybody is looking forward to the end of March towards the NFL Scouting Combine and obviously April during the NFL Draft. So, let's talk about some future or some top pass rushers that I think we will get if we do not go Will Johnson. Now, I've been on record saying the Carolina Panthers will select Will Johnson at number 8 overall. Now, with that being said, the only reason we take Will Johnson is if we get some guys in free agency. I think that we will. Now, another reason why we wouldn't go Will Johnson is if we go Javon Holland and he kind of fills that void at our safety position, and we're like, look, we just need a solid pass rusher to anchor the defense. Like I said, time and time again, we have given up the most total points in NFL history, 534. But my top 3 pass rushers outside of Abdul Carter goes in this order. At number 1 is Mike Green. Now, the thing with Mike Green, yes, I understand he played at Marshall. It is a small school, but you know who else played at Marshall? Randy Moss. Okay, so here's the thing on Mike Green. Mike Green, his pros. He has advanced pass rushing skills, great bend, heavy hands, snap anticipation. He's able to turn the corner against really anybody. Now, his knocks on him is he had some of his worst game against top competition, against LSU. He has limited exposure versus top competition, like I just said. Gets overwhelmed sometimes against double teams, and there's also been in question his effort pass rushing in and out. So, like I said, this past season, 84 total tackles, 3 forced fumbles, 23 tackles for losses, 17 sacks this past season. Like I said, man, the biggest knock on him, he didn't play top competition. 13 total games, plays in the Sun Belt. A lot of people are looking at it as, well, he's playing Marshall. He's not playing against any competition, and he had some of his worst games against the top competition. So right now, I think that Mike Green would definitely, for me personally, I think that he's the top pass rusher outside of Abdul Carter. At the second spot is James Pierce Jr. Now, James Pierce Jr. is another edge rusher from University of Tennessee. Had 38 total tackles, 1 forced fumble, 13 tackles for losses, 7.5 sacks this past season, and 13 games played. Now, with James Pierce Jr., when we look at some of his good things that come with him, he has great football IQ, has great bend around the edge, tremendous closing speed. But the thing about him, as you can see in this photo, he's not a big guy. He's not a big guy. A lot of people say that he lacks strength at the point of attack. He has inconsistency on his leverage, and most of the time, his pass rushing skill is just basically speed. The difference between him and Mike Green is the ability to get in that bag. Mike Green currently has a deeper bag than James Pierce Jr. And like I said, Mike Green in this photo looks more beefy than James Pierce Jr. If you're just talking just measurables, James Pierce Jr. is bigger, but Mike Green is better at the point of attack, has more tackles for losses, etc. So I think right now those are my 1A, 1 and 2. Mike Green number 1 and number 2 James Pierce Jr. At the number 3 spot is Mikael Williams. Mikael Williams for the University of Georgia, 21 total tackles, 2 forced fumbles, 9 tackles for losses, 5 sacks, and 12 games played this year. Now, what are some of the key or strengths of Mikael Williams? Power at the point of attack, has a nasty bull rush, has good agility for his size, can play standing up or have his hand in the dirt. Now, the same thing with Mikael Williams and James Pierce. He does not have a deep bag when you talk about him in comparison to Mike Green. He's played fewer games, only 5 sacks. It's kind of hard to get a lot of sacks when you play for the University of Georgia because you're really lined up with other 5-star prospects. But a lot of people say that he doesn't have a deep enough bag. He relies too much on his athleticism instead of formulating or applying himself to the scheme. And that's kind of just a knock on Mikael Williams. So, like I said, number 1 is Mike Green. Number 2, I would go James Pierce Jr. And then number 3, I would go Mikael Williams. Now, these guys are the best guys that I believe that are outside of Abdul Carter. I don't think Shamar Stewart, the defensive end from the University of Texas A&M, is going to be a guy. I'm sorry. This class is filled with pass rushers, but for you to only have 3.5 sacks an entire college football season and you're revered as a top 3 prospect, absolutely not. If I'm the Carolina Panthers, if we get some guys in free agency, if we fill the back end and we can't get Will Johnson, you got to go Mike Green, James Pierce Jr., and then Mikael Williams in that order. Now, who are some guys who we will not be missing this coming season? Good riddance. That's exactly kind of what I talked about. Good riddance with these guys. Trimming in the offseason. You got Ian Thomas. You got Eddie Pinheiro, Jordan Fuller. You got, I don't even know the last dude's name. I can forget his name. The defensive end. He has been terrible. These are guys that I know for a fact we're getting rid of. Liability. Absolutely. Worth re-signing? Hell no. An impact on a team? Hell no. Do I want them back? Hell no. Unrestricted free agents? Yes. Now, the thing with Eddie Pinheiro, before this season and last season, he was really a good acquisition at the kicking spot. For whatever reason now, he can't kick a ball through a damn hula hoop in the ocean. He just misses left and right. He's been struggling all year this year. Jordan Fuller has been the worst signing at the defensive safety position that we have had in years. Ian Thomas just got outplayed by a rookie. He got outplayed by Tommy Tremble. Javonte Sanders came and took his spot. I think the only position he got right now currently is on field goal attempt. I don't know where the hell Ian Thomas is. He does not get in the game at all. And then the last guy, the defensive end, Williams, he has just been abysmal. So good riddance with these 4 guys. I know currently speaking we have 21 unrestricted free agents. I expect us to re-sign Andy Dalton. I expect us to re-sign Tommy Tremble. I expect us to re-sign Xavier Woods for a lack of better conversation. But these guys in particular, huge salary cap hits, guys that have been expected to produce this year and they just haven't. Ian Thomas, you got outplayed by a rookie. Eddie Pinheiro, I don't want to see. It's gotten so bad with Eddie Pinheiro, I want us to draft a kicker. I'd have never said that in my entire time watching, being a fan of the Carolina Panthers. I never thought I would see the day where I said we need to draft a kicker. But he has been that bad. Jordan Fuller, oh, yikes. He's been terrible as well. And the list can go on and on. So, breaking news, not really breaking news, but Adam Schefter just reported that the NFL Hall of Fame, we all know that the Hall of Fame ceremony is in August. And the introduction, the guys getting selected is just around the corner. Here are just some of the guys that are currently on that ballot. You got Eric Allen, Jared Allen, Will Anderson, Maxie Bond, Jair Evans, Torrey Holt, 336 guy from Greensboro, North Carolina, Antonio Gates, Luke Kuechly, Eli Manning, Steve Smith Sr., Terrell Suggs, Fred Taylor, Adam Vinatieri, Reggie Wayne, Darrell Woodson, and Marshall Yonda. Now, we got 3 guys from this Hall of Fame list that have played for the Carolina Panthers or have been drafted. And now we're going to talk to see if these guys are actually worth the Hall of Fame ballot. Now, Steve Smith Sr., I believe he will be an eventual Hall of Famer. But currently speaking on this ballot, I don't see a situation where he gets in. Now, I'm going to pull him back up on the photo, but in order to get in the Hall of Fame, there's normally only 5 players selected. So, with this being said, is he the fit? Is he a top 5 player on this list currently speaking? Is he better than Jared Allen? No. Is he better than Luke Kuechly? No. Is he better than Terrell Suggs? No. Is he better than Antonio Gates? No. That's 4 off the dome. Adam Vinatieri? No. You feel like he has to get in. You feel like Torrey Holt should have been in. Steve Smith Sr. Now he will, like I said, he'll get into the Hall of Fame. Over 1,000 receptions, 14,730 total receiving yards, 81 total touchdowns. He's a 2-time first-team All-Pro, 5-time Pro Bowler, and an all-time Panther great. But I just don't see a situation, currently speaking, where he gets in on this upcoming NFL ballot. Now, this guy is most definitely a first ballot Hall of Famer. I don't give a damn who's on the list. He is arguably one of the best top 2, top 3 linebackers of the 2010s. Obviously, you got the Patrick Willis, you got the Bobby Wagners of the world, and then obviously there's Luke Kuechly, a Hall of Fame 2010s guy, 7-time All-Pro, 5-time Pro Bowler. I got those numbers mixed. He's a 5-time All-Pro, first-team All-Pro, 7-time Pro Bowler, over 1,000 total tackles, 18 total interceptions, 75 tackles for losses, and he was the face. He is what linebackers are today. We know that it was Brian Urlacher and Ray Lewis, but until Luke Kuechly came and maybe even a little bit after Patrick Willis, guys were looking for that Luke Kuechly. Guys who were cerebral, understood lineman and assignment, and understood exactly what the offense was trying to do to him. He instantly transformed our defense. His second year in the league, he became Defensive Player of the Year, led our team to a Super Bowl, which we eventually lost, but he was balling out of control. And Luke Kuechly, if he doesn't retire, man, he's still playing possibly right now. Bobby Wagner is still playing right now, currently speaking. So Luke Kuechly, without a doubt, is a first ballot Hall of Famer. And now Jared Allen. Jared Allen is known more for his career with the Minnesota Vikings. Over 135 total sacks, 136 total sacks, 171 total tackles for losses, an all-time record 4 total safeties. He's a 4-time All-Pro, 5-time Pro Bowler, and had one of the most signature celebrations when he gets a sack. Jared Allen. Do I think he'll get in the Hall of Fame? Yes, I think he gets in the Hall of Fame this go-round. I think him and Luke Kuechly really being drafted as a Carolina Panther, I don't see a situation where he doesn't get in, especially he's just a very likable and marquee guy. So Jared Allen, hey, Luke Kuechly, these guys are going to get in the Hall of Fame. Steve Smith, he will get in, just not right now. And like I said, Panthers Pride, we are here, baby.